Luigi's Mansion 3 walkthrough part 2, so this is past the introduction. There's still going to be some kinds of cutscenes of some type, of course. We have Luigi getting licked by his polter pup, and that's actually the dog that was in Luigi's Mansion 2. And I guess I could technically record Luigi's Mansion 1, but it's pretty hard to record the handhelds, and the other option is to use emulators. But I really don't like playing games that have a touchscreen on an emulator, because then you have to use the mouse to do it, although I don't think there's a whole lot of touchscreen use on Luigi's Mansion 2. But either way, point is we're skipping both of those games and coming straight to Luigi's Mansion 3, and this game's like 2-ish years old now, I believe. I hope, maybe it's a year old. I think it's about 2 years old, and it's also around the time it came out when it came out, which is Halloween. So it's 10 days to Halloween, the time that I am narrating this video, which can kind of tell you the delay that some of my videos have sometimes. And I might be uploading this either at the same time as Kenna and the Bridge of Spirits, or whatever that game's called, or I might just be uploading this like 2 videos a day, because it took me like 2 months or so to get, what was that other game, Ratchet and Clank finished. It took me like months to actually get it uploaded, and I had the walkthrough like mostly done pretty early into recording that game. It was just getting it uploaded to YouTube. I normally do one video a day release, and it just felt like it was taking a long time, and I actually have a lot of games that I want to upload now, so I think I might start doing twice a day or 2 different games twice a day. Either way, we'll figure something out. We're going to start out now with Luigi's Mansion. Kenna maybe soon, and as I'm talking over a lot of this intro, we just walked into this room as Luigi and started to get some of the gear that Luigi is going to be using to capture all these ghosts. So our pup is going to help us out with training on some of the controls that this thing has. And it's going to start off with the flashlight, which if you've played any of these games before, you should be used to, and then the vacuum, and then the repulsion one, or whatever they call that. And then we have some kind of strange jump that will give us a burst of air upward, and that is done by pushing all of those buttons as they showed up on the screen. Really, you don't need a video for that, but hey, it is part of the game. One thing I was pretty happy about with Luigi's Mansion 3 is that it brought back the one giant building to explore, although it does kind of split them up into a ton of different rooms if you want to put it that way, because the first Luigi's Mansion was just a big mansion, and the second one was a 5 mansion, so it was like a collection of different mansions, and this one is a giant hotel room, so not much of a mansion at all, giant hotel building, I mean. And there's going to be some collectibles, so each floor is going to have 6 gems, and that was one that I collected, and I'm mostly going to be avoiding collecting those in this walkthrough until the end of the walkthrough, which is when I'm going to be uploading the videos that have the location for every gem, as well as every single boo, and those are the main collectibles inside of this game. So every Luigi's Mansion has you collect some of the boo ghosts, and they don't really do anything for you in this game. I think in Luigi's Mansion 1, the more boos you had, the weaker King Boo was at the end, and in Luigi's Mansion 2, I don't think they really did much, but I can't remember. In this game, they really don't do anything at all. Neither do the gems. I was kind of disappointed with the rewards for collecting all of the collectibles in this game. They're sort of cool if you play multiplayer, and Luigi's Mansion 3 has a cool multiplayer mode, but it's pretty dead right now, and you really need 4 players to do it. Not to mention the lag, you know, with Nintendo Online, it's just laggy, because that's just how Nintendo Online is. So, I don't know. It's sort of a waste of time to get the collectibles, but this is a dang cool game, and some of the collectibles are pretty creative and they look cool, so I thought it was worth showing out how to get those. And I guess in those videos I will be showing what the reward is for collecting all that stuff, so you don't really have to worry about me spoiling it right now, I guess. There's also money, but money doesn't do a whole lot beyond buy you some materials and collectible finders. Or at least by materials, I mean the golden bone, which resurrects you, and you can hold up to 3 of those. So it's pretty hard to have a hard time in this game. It's not super difficult. I'd say the puzzles are probably the hardest part about Luigi's Mansion 3. That or the controls. Like, the first time I played this game, I got stuck on that trash can for a really long time because I forgot that you have that jump move. And that jump move will destroy a lot of objects that are in your way, and in that case it kind of blew up the trash can. And that's part of the challenge that I had the first time I went through this, was just that trying to remember all the different controls and moves that I have, and then trying to realize, okay, I need to use that move in this situation, blah blah blah. You may see what I mean later, but I tried to do my best to cut out a lot of the junk in this walkthrough, so hopefully it's just kind of Luigi going from the start of the world, or the start of the floor, straight to the end. And I mostly avoid a lot of wandering, and I tried to cut out a lot of the sort of room exploring. So by that I mean that you should take your vacuum and you should just try to suck up all the objects. It's a lot of fun. You get some really cool little Easter eggs and things here and there that come up when you play the game like that. But as far as a video goes, I think it's just a little bit tedious to watch. So I tried to cut out most of that just to keep most of the main level stuff in the video instead. And here we're gonna have the first time that we actually get to fight a ghost. And once we defeat the first ghost, which is extremely easy, we are gonna have a couple of other ghosts spawn, and this is kind of gonna be how the rest of the game works. So we're gonna have different variations and different amounts of ghosts coming at us, and you'll realize pretty quickly you tend to take a lot of damage when you do take damage. I mean, that ghost punched me and he's the weak ghost and he did 20 points of damage. But pretty much everything in this game will do like 15 to 20 points of damage, so you probably only have about 5 or 6 hits at the most before you die, but hearts and health are plentiful, and as long as you're not just deliberately running into damage, it's pretty difficult to actually see a death in this game. As I mentioned before, there's also those golden bones that you can buy later, and that makes it even harder to die. So once we're in here, we're going to want to locate that key on the left side, and if we flash open whatever that kind of like mailbox is, then a gem will spawn, and I think I end up picking up that gem, but like I said, I'm mostly going to try avoiding collecting these because I'm saving that for a separate collectibles video. But you may from time to time see me collecting a gem on accident, and that's just kind of what's happening there. So I don't know if I left this one here or if I did actually pick it up. There's a lot of money in the background. So if you want to have as much money as possible, I think the money does give you a certain rank at the end of the game, which is something that they started doing in Luigi's Mansion 1. If you had collected a certain amount of money, you'd get a picture at the end of Luigi's Mansion 1 and it would show a mansion, and the size of your mansion would depend on how much money you collected. So at the end of this game, you're given a rank, like A, B, S rank in classic Japanese fashion, and I think that rank is probably dependent on the amount of money that you have, and it's probably expecting that you're going to try to collect as much money as possible and not spend any of it. So you're not going to buy any of the golden bones, and you're not going to buy any of the collectible helpers or anything like that. Here we find Gadd stuck in a painting, and we got to get him out. So to figure out how to do that, we have to leave this room, and we're going to follow our polter puppy and go on out into the hallway. So there's a bunch of rooms here, and I cut through some of them, I believe. This one right here is not necessary to go into. Oh, we need a key for that one, okay. So that one may be the one that's not super necessary. There's a cut that I have. No, we do have to go in here. I just cut out a lot of my wandering. And the key is going to be on the right side, so we're going to flash the wall. And that'll open up the painting, and the key will drop out. So that'll allow us to pick it up, obviously. Of course, we can pick up the key when it's on the ground. Anyway, what I mean to say is that'll allow us to actually open up the door on the left side. And that's going to be a pretty common puzzle theme, is that something will be locked and you'll have to find the key to get it. And they're going to have all kinds of creative ways of making key collecting feel different. So this game does a pretty good job avoiding repetition, I would say. And, you know, most games you could probably devise down to a formula if you want to be really boring about it, and all I'm really concerned about is how well does that game mask the formula, and this game does a very good job of that. So you don't really feel like you're doing the same thing too often. It does a very good job of keeping up a lot of variety, and you very rarely feel bored. Just kind of from beginning to end, just the animations, you know, the graphics, everything about this game is outstanding, and I love this game a lot, and I had a lot of fun playing it, and it's just the kind of game that sometimes I just want to play Luigi's Mansion, so I will load up my Switch and give this one another try. Of course, now, Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2, obviously 2, but the first one is also on the 3DS. So the 3DS is kind of a dead console, but because of that, they're not terribly expensive. They're still not super cheap, I don't think, but you could probably find a 2DS for a pretty decent price, and you probably find those games used, or heck, that maybe they're even on sale on the 3DS shop, I'm not sure. But anyway, those games are a lot of fun to play too, so if you've never played Luigi's Mansion 1 or 2, then get a 3DS and try it out. Maybe they'll bring it to the Switch one day, that'd be really cool. But there's so many years between Luigi's Mansion releases, I'm not really going to get my hopes up if they're ever going to do anything else with it. I mean, they finally released Metroid Dread, which is another game I'm likely to start uploading soon. And that was after, like, what was the last Metroid game that Nintendo released? Not Federation Force, that one didn't have Samus, so Other M, which was really bad, and then before that was Prime 3. And I'm also not counting the remakes. They did release Metroid 2 on the 3DS. That one was really good, but it's a remake. Anyway, as I was rambling over what's happening in the game, we got the blacklight, and the blacklight is going to allow us to pop things outside of paintings. And this time we're just going to pop Gadd out of the painting, and the rest of this video is just going to be him talking to us and giving us a whole bunch of tutorials. So I'm going to stop here, and I'll see you in the next video. おいどろゲールスースクスクシケシケオンガルイーキオドウイおいどろサメの竹
No, 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 Mario.
おやおやまていへいういんおやまおいどろボースクスクウイソースーさんサメの竹ソイソウソカジゲピンオヤスクスクウイゲイルエジジオドスクスクのじびがぎウイスクスクウイソースーさんオムガルイーキオドケイルベジジオドルイーキおいどろおやま
Gadd.
八方うなかちゃっちゃちゃっちゃゲールスーすくすくのじびがぎういおむがおどおいどろゲールベジジそいそうそかしけしけちゃっちゃちゃっちゃルイーギ八方ちゃっちゃちゃっちゃベジジアイドルおろろおどパンパンおやまルイージゲイルベジジおろろおどパンパンゲイルポエ八方ジレピンおやゲイルベジジおどすくすくウィンソースーさんルイーギベジジゲイルベジジおどおやまていへいウィンおろろアイドロすくすくウィンソースーさんサメの竹ゲイルベジジおどルイーギゲールスーすくすくルイーギのじびがぎういおむが ンガルイージオドヤマンバーポエ発砲オドパンパン
はは Got it
ゲールスーおやまルイージシケシケすくすくウイソースーさんポロロオドパンパンすくすくウイソースーさんサメの竹オドウイおいどろサメの竹
Got it Nice
ソースーさんサメの竹ヤマンバーポエ発砲
Got it Yeah
すくすくウイルイージ
Ha Oh yeah Here we go Ha ha Oh yeah
発砲タッチャタッチャタッチャタッチャゲイルンエジジオドエジジオドゲイルンエジジオドノジビガギウイオムガエジジシケシケスクスクオドパンパンヤマンバーポエ発砲エジジシケシケスクスクヤボヤボホッホッホッキレピンオヤルイージウイポロロノジビガギウイオムガ